Jai Hind children. I hope you all studied the previous topics and completed your works, that is both assignment and activities. Now we can move on to the next topic, another cell organelle, that is mitochondria. The next organelle, that is mitochondria. Mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Powerhouse of the cell. Then why it is known as powerhouse of the cell? You know that a powerhouse, that is for producing energy. So here mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Why? Because it serves to produce energy for the cell. Energy for the cell. So it is known as powerhouse of the cell. So mitochondria, it is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Why it is known as powerhouse of the cell? Because this serve to produce energy for the cell, providing energy, so that it is known as powerhouse of the cell. Next is the structure of mitochondria. Its structure consists of long oval shaped organelle. These are long oval shaped organelles. Like this, these are long oval shaped organelles, and it consists of double membranous structure. Double membranous structure, that is, there is an outer wall and there is an inner wall. Here is an outer membrane and an inner membrane. So it is a long and oval shaped structure. Double membranous structure consists of an outer membrane and an inner membrane. This outer membrane is porous in nature. So outer membrane is porous in nature, and inner membrane consists of many foldings, like this. This inner membrane consists of many foldings. Like this, it's a inner membrane. So inner membrane, there is highly folded inner membrane is present, and these inner foldings are called cristae. Singular is crista. So singular one is crista. So the outer membrane is porous in nature. Inner membrane consists of many foldings, and these foldings are called cristae. And what is the use of this cristae? Cristae increases the surface area. Increases the surface area for what? This cristae increases the surface area of this inner membrane for many ATP generating or ATP producing chemical reaction. ATP producing chemical reactions. Once again, what is the use of this cristae, or what is the function of this cristae? That the cristae provided, or it increases the surface area of inner membrane to for what purpose? For producing ATP molecules. For producing ATP molecules, there is numerous chemical reactions are there. For that chemical reactions, who is helping? That is cristae is helping. So once again, it's long oval shaped structure, and it is double membranous structure. Outer membrane is there and an inner membrane is there. Outer membrane is porous in nature, and inner membrane is highly folded. These highly folded structures are known as cristae. And what is the function of cristae? It provided a surface that gives an ATP producing chemical reactions. Then this inner membrane that encloses a large chamber. That large chamber is filled with another fluid. That fluid is called mitochondrial matrix. So here is the fluid that is called mitochondrial matrix. Mitochondrial matrix. So inner membrane that encloses a large chamber. This chamber is filled with a fluid that is known as mitochondrial matrix. And also this fluid consists of, this DNA consists of its own DNA. This mitochondria consists of its own DNA. And also we can see that there are ribosomes present in this matrix. Ribosomes are also present, that is DNA and ribosomes, its own ribosome and DNA is present. Ribosome and DNA present in this matrix. So these are the structures of what? Mitochondria. Once again, the structure is long and oval shaped structure, and it is double membranous structure, consists of an outer membrane and an inner membrane, and outer membrane is porous in nature, inner membrane is highly folded, and that foldings are called cristae. And what is the function of cristae? That cristae provide or increase the surface area for the production of ATP. Then the inner membrane encloses a large chamber. That chamber is filled with a fluid called mitochondrial matrix, and this mitochondria has its own DNA and ribosomes. Next is the function of this mitochondria. So mitochondria, already I told that these are known as powerhouse of the cell. Why? Because they produce energy. So that is the function of mitochondria. They are able to produce energy. That energy is in the form of ATP molecule. That produce energy in the form of ATP molecule. Then, and also another function is, I told that this mitochondria has its own DNA and ribosome. So they can synthesize their own proteins. They can synthesize their own protein. So these are the functions of what? Mitochondria. Then about this ATP. So what is this ATP? ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. This ATP produced, that is, these are stored, energy is stored in the form of ATP molecule. And what is the use of this energy? This energy stored by the cell is utilized for many mechanical work and also the functioning of the cell. That is the use of this ATP molecule. So that this ATP molecule is also known as energy currency of the cell. It is also known as energy currency of the cell. Why this ATP is known as energy currency of the cell? Because energy is stored in the cell in the form of ATP, and stored energy is utilized for many mechanical works and also for other metabolic activities of the cell. Another cell organelle, that is plastids. These plastids are present only in plant cells. These are present only in plant cells. And it is also similar to that of the mitochondria, double membranous structure. Double membranous structure. And this plastids also has their own DNA and ribosomes. As their own DNA and ribosomes. So they are also able to produce what? They are also able to produce proteins. So once again, these are present only in plant cell, that is, it is not present in animal cell, and these are also double membranous structure and it has their own DNA and ribosomes. Then based on the pigment and the function, these plastids are of two types. They are leucoplast or leucoplastids, or it is white plastids, and chromoplast or chromoplastids or colored plastid. These are colorless plastids, these are colored plastids. Based on the pigment and their function, there are two types of plastids. They are the leucoplastids and chromoplastids. Next is about leucoplast. Leucoplast are, or it is known as white plastids, and these are colorless plastids. And what is the function of this leucoplast function? It serves to store what? It serves to store reserve food materials such as starch, then fat, oil or protein. Fat or oil and protein. So that is its function. It functions as it serves to store reserve food materials such as starch, fat or oil and protein. That's about a leucoplast. The next is about chromoplast. So chromoplast is also known as what? Colored plastids. Why it is known as colored plastids? Chromoplast. They are colored plastids. Why it is colored plastids? Because it contains various pigments, so that various pigments so that it is known as colored plastids. Pigments that pigments means coloring substances. That substances which gives color to the leaves of fruits, etc. So that it contains various pigments, so that it is colored plastids. One of the chromoplast that you are familiar, that is the chloroplast. This chloroplast, you know that these chloroplasts consists of a coloring pigment called chlorophyll. So one of the chromoplast is the chloroplast. That chloroplast consists of a green pigment called chlorophyll. You know that green color, the leaves contain green color because of the presence of this chlorophyll. So what is the use of that chlorophyll? You know that is photosynthesis. The structure of chloroplast, similar to that of the other organelle, this chloroplast is also a double membranous structure. That means there is an outer membrane and an inner membrane is present. Then inside the inner membrane, numerous stalks of coin-like structures are present. There is an outer membrane and there is an inner membrane is present. Inside this inner membrane, you can see that numerous stalks of coin-like structures. Like this, coin-like structures are there, and these coin-like structures are known as, each coin is known as what? Thylakoids. Each coin-like structure is known as thylakoid, and one stalk of this thylakoid, this is the one stalk of thylakoid. That one stalk of thylakoid is known as granum, and its singular is grani. This stalk, this is one stalk, this is another stalk, this is another stalk. One stalk of thylakoid is known as granum, and this granum is present where? This granum is present, this a jelly-like fluid present in this jelly-like fluid, and this jelly-like fluid or matrix, that is known as what? Stroma. And these stalks of thylakoids are connected with another membrane. That membrane is known as lamellae. This membrane is known as lamellae. These thylakoids are connected with another membrane called the lamellae. Once again, the stroma contains coin-like structures. These coin-like structures are known as thylakoid, and if these thylakoids form as one stalk, then it is known as what? Granum. And this granum is connected with the membrane structure that is called stroma lamellae. And what is the function of this granum? The function of granum is it absorbs sunlight during photosynthesis. It absorbs sunlight during photosynthesis. Whose function? Granum. What is the function of granum? It absorbs sunlight during photosynthesis. And what is the function of the stroma region, that fluid material, stroma region, in which actually the food material is prepared where in the stroma region, that is with the help of carbon dioxide and water, food is produced where in the stroma region of this chloroplast. So once again, chloroplast is a type of chromoplast in which it is green in color because of the presence of chlorophyll, and it is double membranous structure. Inside the inner membrane there is a jelly-like fluid is present, that is called stroma region. In the stroma region, numerous coin-like structures are there. That coin-like structures are called thylakoid, and one stalk of thylakoid is called granum, and these granum are interconnected with another membranous structure that is called lamellae. And what is the function of granum? It absorbs sunlight during photosynthesis. And what is the function of stroma? Where actually the food is prepared during photosynthesis with the help of carbon dioxide and water. These are the functions of what? Granum and stroma. Then vacuole, another cell organelle, it is vacuole. These are storage sacs of the cell. Storage sacs of the cell. Mainly it store what? Solid or liquid material. Solid or liquid material in the cell. So these are the storage sacs of the cell, and it store either solid or liquid material of the cell. And these vacuoles are mainly found in plant cells. They are mainly found in plant cells, and in animal cell also these are present, but there is difference. In plant cell, you know that only one large vacuole is present. Large vacuole is present, and that occupy the main volume of the cell. That is, in some plant cell, the vacuole occupies 50 to 90% of its cell volume. Its cell volume, that is 50 to 90% of the cell's volume is occupied by this vacuole. That means that much a large vacuole is present in the plant cell. But whereas in animal cell, number is more number of vacuoles are present, and they are smaller in size. Smaller in size, where in animal cells. In animal cells. So these are storage sacs of the cell. Mainly they are storing what? Solid or liquid material, and these are mainly found in plant cells. And in plant cell there is a large vacuole is present. In some of the plant cell, that large vacuole means it's a 50 to 90% of the cell volume is occupied by this vacuole. And in animal cell there are numerous vacuoles are present, and they are smaller in size. The functions of vacuoles. So the first one is, it stores mainly sap, that is cell sap, and provide rigidity and turgidity to the cell. So rigidity, here rigidity means that is something being stiff, and what is turgidity? That is swollen nature. So it provides rigidity and turgidity to the cell. Then another important function is that store some important minerals salts and other soluble substances. So it store the important minerals, salt and other soluble substances. Then another function is it store amino acids, proteins, sugars and some organic acids. Then in unicellular organisms such as in amoeba and paramecium, this vacuole play an important role. So what is the main function? Because in amoeba you know that food vacuoles are present. So what is the use of this food vacuole? Inside the food vacuole, food is digested. That is in amoeba. In some unicellular organisms, this vacuole plays an important role in expelling the waste material, expelling the excess water and the waste from the cell. That is the function of excretory system. No, that is done by whom? These vacuoles in unicellular organisms. So in unicellular organisms such as in amoeba, the food vacuoles play an important role for digesting food material, and in some unicellular organisms for excreting their waste, both water and also other waste from the cell by who is helping, that is these vacuoles. So these are the functions of vacuoles. So you can see that we studied about the basic components of the cell, that is about the plasma membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus and an additional covering called cell wall. We studied about their structure, function, etc. and also some cell organelles also studied their structure, function, etc. So from all these we can conclude that cell is the basic structural and functional unit of an organism, and it is the fundamental unit of an organism. Then about cell division. So what is cell division? It is the process of the formation of new cells. It is the process of formation of new cells. So we already studied about the cell theory by Schwann, Schleiden and also Rudolf Virchow. In that we studied that from where these new cells are formed. These new cells are formed from the pre-existing cell. Formed from the pre-existing cells. Pre-existing cells. So what is cell division? It is the process of formation of new cells. And then these new cells are formed from where? Formed from pre-existing cells. Already the cells are there, from that cells new cells are formed. Then what is the importance of this cell division, or why this cell division? Whether in unicellular or multicellular organism, this special property is there, that is the cell division is there. Whether it is a unicellular organism or multicellular organism, this cell division occurs. Then for what purpose? In order to reproduce. In order to reproduce, for the formation of gametes. For the formation of gametes. So which are the gametes that we studied in the 8th standard also? That is sperm cells and egg. Isn't it? Egg, or it is known as ova. For the production of sperm or egg. So that is the formation of gametes. Then and also in order to replace old cells. Replace old cells or dead cells or injured cells or damaged cells. Injured cells or damaged cells, in order to replace old cells, dead cells or injured cells. For all these purposes, there is the need of cell division. In multicellular organism, another purpose is also there. For their growth also, this cell division is important. There in multicellular organism. In multicellular organism, for their growth also, this cell division is essential. Understand? So once again, what is cell division? It is the formation of new cells. Then new cells are formed from where? Formed from the pre-existing cells. Then what is the importance of cell division, or why this cell division is important? And in order to reproduce, for the formation of gametes, for replacing the old cells, dead cells or injured cells or damaged cells, for replacing that cells. And in multicellular organism, for their growth is also cell division is essential. And both unicellular and multicellular organisms show this special property that is called the cell division. Okay. Then types of cell division. There are mainly two types of cell division. They are mitosis and meiosis. Meiosis. Two types of cell division. They are mitosis and meiosis. First one is about the mitosis. Mitosis, this type of cell division is needed for the growth and repair of tissues. Growth and repair of tissues. So why this mitosis is needed? For the growth and repairment of tissues. And in this mitosis, you can see that a mother cell or we can say that a parent cell, that mother cell divide and produce two identical daughter cells. Two identical daughter cells. And both in mother cell or parent cell and in daughter cells, we can see that same number of chromosomes are present. Same number of chromosomes are present. Same number of chromosomes are present. That is, suppose in mother cell 4 chromosomes are there, then in daughter cell also, each daughter cell also 4 chromosomes will present. So that's about a mitosis. So mitosis is a type of cell division in which is needed for their growth and repairment of the tissues, and in this type of division a mother cell divides to form two identical daughter cells. In mother cell and in daughter cells, same number of chromosomes we can see. Once again, the process of mitosis. Here you can see that the mother cell, in mother cell 4 chromosomes are present here. So then these chromosomes duplicate here, duplicate the number of chromosomes. That is, now it become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then again it divides, the cell divides into 2, but the number of chromosomes become again as same as that of the mother cell. Here you can see again a cell with 4 chromosomes. Here also a daughter cell with 4 chromosomes. So mother cell also there is 4 chromosome. In daughter cell also there is 4 chromosome. In between that there is a stage, their chromosome become duplicate, but again it become equally divide and form as equal number of chromosomes as in the mother cell. That is the process of mitosis. Another type of cell division, that is meiosis. Meiosis, that is found only in sexually reproducing organisms. In sexually reproducing organism, you know that there is the need of what? Gametes. For the fusion of, that is for fertilization, gametes is needed. For that, for the production of gametes, this meiosis is important. That is, meiosis is used, or meiosis is a type of cell division that is used for the production of specialized reproductive cells, and that is called gametes, for the production of gametes. And in this type of cell division, this mother cell undergoes two consecutive division and finally producing 4 cells with half number of chromosomes. Half number of chromosomes. So here the mother cell undergo 2 consecutive divisions. Which are the 2 consecutive divisions? M1 and M2. That is meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. That consecutive division, after that it produces 4 cells with half number of chromosomes. And this meiotic cell division is important for the exchange of genetic materials also. So that's about a meiosis. In this process of meiosis, here you can see that a mother cell and with the 4 chromosomes are there that undergo duplication. So here it is the duplication of chromosomes, then duplication of chromosomes, then it undergo first meiotic division, that is M1, then again it become 2 daughter cells with the chromosomes, again it undergo another division, that is 2 consecutive divisions are these 2, then M2, that is meiosis 2, then it form how many cells? 4 daughter cells. Here you can see 4 daughter cells with the, how many chromosomes are there? That is half number of chromosomes, that is in mother cell 4 number of chromosomes are there, but in each daughter cell you can see that 2 chromosomes are there. So there is reduction of chromosome number, so that this type of division is also known as reductional division. Let's recap today's topics. We studied about cell organelles such as mitochondria, its structure and function, then about plastids, types of plastids, then structure and function of chloroplast, then about vacuole and its functions. Then after that we studied about cell division and the type of cell division such as mitosis and meiosis. So the first chapter is over. Read the textbook very well and do your homeworks and complete your notes. Okay children, I hope you all understood. Jai Hind and thank you.